Welcome to my equipment guide for the bone set. I already made a video about the bone ring specifically because I think that bone rings are the best piece of equipment for new players. They will help you increase your starting mana on round one by a lot, but I didn't make a video about the whole set. So let's talk about it. First of all, this is a set that you can craft with your um, three crafters, bone set right here. And I don't have any bone gloves, so I'm gonna craft one just to show you for the video, although I think, yeah, they need to be uncommon, no, rare. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so yeah, let's do this so I can put them on. And aside from crafting, you can also find the different pieces of equipment in dungeon number 14, which is Skullguard Keep. As you can see, this is where you can farm these items. So far, there is no variant, but there will probably be one in the future. So let's put the gloves on, and this is the full set. So let's talk about the set bonuses first. For the two pieces, there is a 75% chance to create the skull at the start of your turn. If you are playing any physical build, this is excellent. I highly recommend to get two pieces of equipment. The bone ring is a given. I always recommend it, so you only need one more piece. Personally, I recommend the legs, but obviously it will depend on your specific build. If you are playing a green build, you want to use the serpentine pants instead, so you may want to use another piece. For the four pieces, heal 30% of max life when an undead enemy is defeated. Not particularly good unless you're farming very specific enemies that are undead, but otherwise, yeah, no, thank you. And finally, for the six pieces, if you have it at Mythic, big skull gems have a 75% chance to be three sizes larger. Okay, um, you need to generate the skull gem, and then you need to proc the 75% chance, and it's only going to be three sizes larger. Okay, it's too much investment, all six pieces of equipment for a very, very small benefit. So yes, the two-piece bonus is excellent in my opinion. The four and six are meh at best. I already talked about the bone ring in my other video and many other videos. And as you can see, I have five bone rings, one for each color, and all of them have starting mana of their corresponding color. So yeah, I'm not gonna beat this dead horse any longer. So let's talk about the bone pendant. Gain 2.5% of your starting resistance when matching skull gems. Not bad, but resistance is not as good as armor. And generally speaking, you don't want your opponents to cast spells because the opponent's spells at higher levels hit really, really hard. And 2.5% of your starting resistance is not that much either for something that only procs once per turn, or maybe two. It depends on how many skulls are you matching. Yeah, not particularly good. The weapon is the bone sickle. When creating a big color gem via match, there is also a chance to create a big three skull gem. Okay, again, there are many different weapons in this game, and so many weapons are better than this one if you want to use a physical build. For example, a Bloodfang Twin Blade will give you extra critical hit chance, a Runic Mace will give you extra power, an Esgard Flail, if I can find one. Uh, where are you? Okay, let's see if I have one here. But the Esgard Flail will give you extra skulls when matching color gems. There are so many better options that, yeah, the Bone Sickle is mediocre, not a good weapon. Next is the Bone Mask. There is a 60% chance to cause terror on an enemy when matching skulls, which is nice, but terror is a debuff that increases the damage they take if there are 5 or more purple gems on the board. So yes, it's a useful mask. It's a useful item if you're playing a purple physical assassin or warlock. Otherwise, not very good. And remember that the head slot is very, very contested with a Flame Tree Helm for starting mana for purple, or a Track Helm for haste, or a Castuli Helm for barrier. So yes, useful, for example, for a purple physical warlock or assassin, but otherwise meh. Next are the gloves that generate skulls when an enemy is defeated. At mythical rarity, you will generate 5 skulls. This is nice if you're playing a dungeon, because whenever you kill one enemy, the next enemies you're going to get all those extra skulls. However, for physical builds, you really want either 8 tracks gloves to increase your critical hit chance when you start and you don't have enough critical hit chance from other means, or to use the runic wristbands to increase your critical damage. So yeah, generating extra skulls is nice, but not particularly good. And finally, we have the bone leg armor. Increases your starting armor when matching skull gems. So this is the same as the amulet. The difference is that the amulet increases your resistance and the bone leg armor increases your armor. This is a very good piece of equipment, again, if you're not playing green. If you're playing green, you want the Serpentine Pants. But if you're not playing green and you're using a physical build, yeah, it's a pretty decent piece of equipment. You can also use the Buccaneer's breeches that will gain armor depending on your gold bonus. But for a physical build, as I said, non-green physical build, the bone leg armor together with the ring will get you that extra chance to create the skull at the start of your turn and a little bit of extra armor. And that is my video about the bone set. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.